Well, 2 years of microgreens and it's come to this. Hauling massive trays all the way from your van about half an acre away, and these are really heavy. So I'm going to put them down, explain what they are, and fill you in on what's been going on. How are you guys? Thanks for clicking the video. I hope it's interesting and I add some value to your life. And as I talk about the last 2 years of microgreening. All right, you're probably wondering what that parcel was I was just carrying. This big thing. It's 8 new drip trays made by Garland and sold through Aqua Gardening here in Australia. But they're going to be utilised soon as a flood and drain system for me. But I already have some. Sorry for panning you around so quick. I've got 4 trays here, the same trays, growing my pots. Now I'm hand watering them and really trying to avoid any stagnant water in there so I don't get any algae growth. But I've just watered them now for the purpose of the video. They'll drink that up and that should be all evaporated by 5 o'clock this afternoon, and then they're right for the night. And that's how I'm doing it for now, but eventually I'll link them all up and run underneath a pump and reservoir to flood and drain it, because oh man, hand watering can catch up with you, especially when it gets like this where each one of these trays are also hand watered. And but anyway, that's what comes with the farm for me at the moment, and I don't mind. It's actually my new man cave in here and I enjoy hanging out. Shout out to Mike Van Doozy. There's my cracky system, mate. I'll be running more downspouts along this shelf ledge all the way to the end there and growing watercress. Big seller at the markets for me over the last year. Sell it living with the roots still intact, and I'm just using a compost tea from my microgreens compost. That is another video in itself, how I'm doing that, because I'm actually reusing it now and really going into a biodynamic, more organic way to grow. And yeah, as I said, without going into it now, I'll cover it more in the future as to why I took that direction with my microgreens. So there, guys, I'm back. I'm trying to knock together a video for you and just show you where things are at. I hope that sort of gives you a good glance. I've been busy. Down the back here, I've still got another, I don't know, maybe 10 meters to go. I can't quite see the scope on video, but I've got to pull out all this paneling and oil the woods like I have down behind me, and put some more roof on here and get that opened up, ready to fill up with microgreens. I took out this wall and I built on an outdoor extension, and currently growing sunflower and pea shoots out here. I've always done it that way and had great success, so I'm kind of going to stick with it. My area allows me to it, so the elements don't affect me too much, and they tend to love it. So that's outside. I'm calling this zone 1. I've got another area over there that'll be zone 2, and way over behind that gate it'll be zone 3 for future growth and expansion when it's needed. Hopefully it is. Okay, I'm going to show you some other stuff and talk about a few things I've learned over the last 2 years. Okay, I'm going to stand still, talk for a minute about a question that I've been getting a lot and I've dealt with over the last 12 months, and it really comes together well with this, I guess, celebration for me for still being here after 2 years and being able to expand slowly but surely and catch the monkey slowly. So anyway, before I go there, shout outs to Jojo's Greens in Melbourne, Noah from Urban Green Sydney, Noani from Mini Veggies at the Gold Coast, Kane from Tiny Greens in Coffs Harbour, I think I got that right. Urban Edibles, I think it's Andrew. Oh my god, he's up the Gold Coast too. And lots more of you. Oz Microgreens in Northern Territory, Microgreens NT in Darwin. How are you guys? It's been so good to talk with you all, and it's great to see you all still going. And this leads me to the point where you're still going because you're figuring it out. But there's a question that I get so much from many other startups is how do you price your microgreens to be able to do what you're doing, Pepe, and you know, show us photos on Instagram of this getting bigger. Now, it's important. It's an in-depth discussion that I'm not really able to go into now, but there is Big Farm here in Australia. There's a few of them now, and it's becoming and picking up popularity, microgreens in general, for more than just a garnish. It's being recognised as a health food product, and Elle Macpherson just endorsed it lately with a farm down in Sydney. Noah, he did a great article on it. Good on you, man. Thanks for boosting the industry a bit more. But what's happening is Big Farm has set the industry standard already, and it's so low that if new farms are trying to compete with that, they're struggling. And you know, they're trying to price and compete with restaurants they're trying to get or businesses to buy from them by offering it cheaper, which is, whoa, stop. Don't do that. It's something I tried at the start and I knew it was going to send me under and I wouldn't be still here or standing here today. But, you know, just briefly, when I answered this question to him, I was like, you need to offer a better service. You need to be able to charge more to cover your costs so you can expand, you know, without... But I'm frustrated with Big Farm for doing that. The microgreens being devalued to the sense of the price of a punnet of alfalfa sprouts. It really, you know, that stuff grows in 3 days, where something like this, I'll just show you in this pot, takes me 3 weeks. Now this is a special grow of amaranth that I do for a chef and a couple now that have cottoned on to how I do it and what I offer in that pot, that enables me to charge a bit more because it's on my shelf longer. It's doing things for the chef that offers more shelf life. It's more attractive. You know, I'm not saying it's better than Big Farm, but in a sense it is because it's local. It's being delivered that day. It hasn't travelled from miles away and been in the cool room truck for 2-3 days and stuff like that, where it's passed through 3 hands to get to that restaurant. So that's the type of things you need to think of to be able to work out your price point and what it's costing you, and to be able to certain profit margin that you'd like to see to be able to live the lifestyle you want from doing this. And I guess in a nutshell, that's as much as and deep as I want to go into it. But I hope anyone feeling that way has sort of got a bit motivated from that, is to just offer a better service. Don't tell Big Farm that, all right? It feels like absolutely ages since I've brought yous down here or shown yous anything, but here we are. Market Gardens, full-term salad greens, baby leaf greens, and herbs. And what I've had to do recently is, over the last year, is buy these nets, because guess what found my gardens? The local wild ducks. And what I found was, with germination, the pigeons were coming in and upending and pulling out every single seedling. So what I've realized is that these nets are bird netting for fruit trees, but they're very small holes, and it is slowing down the effects of that cabbage moth and things like that to a degree. Doesn't mean that they still can't get in, but they're working really well. So that's why it's like that. And the hoops I've purchased are going to work well in summer for covering with shade cloth as it gets really hot to grow salad greens. But I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what's going on. I'm going to get you in under this net. But under there is baby spinach. Beautiful to grow here in the winter time. And unfortunately I'm going to have to stop it soon because it gets too hot for the baby spinach. But under here I've got some tatsoi and mizunas that I use for baby leaf for salads. And okay, over here is the more full-term, all greens, guys. I'm not growing any veggies for my market stall, but down this line, it's the middle of the day, the heat's getting to, so there's a bit of limp, but is rainbow chard. And here is some full-term kale, which I sell at bunches at the markets. These gardens are done now. That's tatsoi and rocket going to seed. they've grown out. They've got to be mulched in or given to my goats, which are over there. And here are some gardens that are ready for harvest for this week's market. And yeah, lots going on. I've kind of halved the operation. It used to go right up here because I was getting really tired, and I started to notice that sales were picking up for salad and microgreens were lacking. And I thought, no, this is not what I started out to do. I just wanted some salad at the markets, but restaurants were contacting me for greens, and I had to put the brakes on, get my bearings straight and focus on microgreens. But I only really sell salad to one restaurant, and all of this is for the markets, and it goes like hotcakes. So yeah, keeping busy, that's for sure. All right, if you're still here, thank you very much. I'm going to get out of the sun and gracefully say goodbye to you as I step into a van I bought. Yes, I had to sell my four-wheel drive. I loved it so much, but it wasn't practical for what I was doing, so I bought this instead, and it will enable me to expand with the business, I guess, because it's so big. It's a Ford Transit van, turbo diesel manual thing, 3-seater, but it comes with a 12-volt fridge and a solar panel on the roof, and this basic bed frame that I'll be converting into racks for trays and punnets and whatnot, pots. Anyway, guys, I wanted to give a shout out to 3 guys that are helping the community so much, and 2 of them have courses. First one is Brent from Hydroponic Gardening and More. He's just written an ebook that's gonna just give you all his secrets to hydroponic growing, and the guy can just grow monsters and massive yields. And Brent, I'm trying to keep up with you, mate. But if you're into hydroponics, check out his ebook and his course. He's there for you. And the other guy is Corey's Cave. I was lucky enough to beta test some of his course, and it's to the T. He covers soil growth, hydroponic growth, marketing, distribution, the whole works, yeah, packaging. And I love both those guys. And last is Mike Van Doozy. I love him too. Oh, thank you for getting me on your channel and interviewing and just hanging out with Marty, and that was a fun day, mate. And thanks for your support in general. But those 3 guys have got some great help for you out there if you're just starting microgreens. If there's anything you want me to cover in the future with videos more from a business aspect, I don't seem to think I need to run this channel as a how-to. I'd rather be here for motivation, I guess, and show you that it can be done and to never give up. So as always, I'll wrap it up. Get healthy, get tasty, and I'll see you on the next vid. See ya.